It brings babies.
Barack Obama? Beyonce.
The stork had like the blanket in his hand, and then it had an air balloon, and Dumbo went down.
And then who got Dumbo?
His mom.
Was she happy?
Because they needed another baby.
To carry the other babies?
So maybe they could get around on it or something. And attack and skill. A pack and play. A bottle. Diapers. A rattle.
Pacifiers. Wipes and baby wash.
Clothes for the baby. A crib.
Maybe sheets and blankets.
The mission of Second Stork is to provide immediate access to essential items for newborns in need. Second Stork serves Twin Cities and other Minnesota hospitals and is currently expanding throughout Minnesota and the upper Midwest. Second Stork provides immediate access. Our volunteers deliver to the hospitals, and the hospital staff distribute the items to those parents and newborns that are in most need. In 2014, Second Stork engaged over 1,000 volunteers and helped 720 newborns with items critical for the safety and health of the baby in the first few weeks. Second Stork distributes diapers and related items such as pacifiers, baby toys, baby bottles, and other items, pack and play cribs for safe sleeping for the infant, along with pack and play sheets included, as well as play gyms that are particularly important for newborns with neurological development concerns. Sometimes these are regarded as a toy, and when a family is down to their final dollars, these are difficult items for them to choose to buy. Also, receiving blankets and newborn clothing, particularly important for those hospitals that report too often there's a family that has no special outfit or any clothing to put on their infant as they leave the hospital. Second Stork also occasionally distributes formula, particularly for those hospitals that are able to distribute this to mothers who have chosen or cannot breastfeed their infant. Second Stork was founded in 2009 by a group of people with experience on similar boards who felt that there might be a new and better way to serve new families in need with an infant. Second Stork currently is all volunteer-based. There are no paid staff involved anywhere in Second Stork's operations or board. Second Stork was founded on several key guiding principles that continue to guide our operations today. Second Stork is guided by simply wanting to help people in need, with no strings attached and no religious or political affiliations or agendas. In addition, Second Stork works to be highly efficient in everything we do. Again, we're all volunteer-based, but we also work to have no red tape or applications required for our families in need. Instead, we simply operate using the solid and experienced judgment of the hospital staff that are working with the families. They determine which families are most in need and simply give the items to those families before they leave the hospital. We always work to respect the dignity and the privacy of families in need. This is very important for these families because some of them have never had to ask or receive help from strangers before, and it is a very difficult transition for them to realize that at this time they do need to accept that help. Therefore, everything we do, from the color of the bags we use to distribute the items to what we don't put in the bags, is all a nod to our desire to respect their dignity at this time. A key question is, where does it all come from, the items that Second Stork gives the hospitals? Well, first and foremost, cash donations play a critical role in our operations. Cash donations allow us to purchase the pack and play cribs, sheets, and other items that we distribute to the hospitals. In addition, we receive a significant amount of in-kind donations, largely through collection drives, where people donate such things as receiving blankets, newborn clothing, and other items. Finally, a huge part of our operations involves volunteers who sort and repack expired promotional kits, which allow us to create the diaper bags that are given to the hospitals that are filled with 100 newborn diapers along with wet wipes and related items for distribution to families in need. Where do the items from Second Stork go? Second Stork distributes the items directly to the hospital staff who work with women and children in need. The hospital workers, again, use only their judgment and experience to determine which families are most in need of these items. Second Stork also distributes items to charities who can use the surplus generated from Second Stork operations. What do Second Stork volunteers do? Well, volunteers are critical to the operations of Second Stork. Without volunteers, Second Stork would not be able to help the families in need. Nearly 1,000 volunteers a year come to Second Stork's warehouse to sort expired promotional kits and repack them into the diaper bags that are given to the hospitals to give to families in need. Volunteer groups range from school groups to retirees to corporate groups, even birthday parties and family gatherings. They're all wonderful opportunities to come together while giving back to the community. Volunteers also help Second Stork label and store the surplus boxes, which we donate to other charities. A key part of Second Stork's operations is to find uses for our surplus and to always be respectful of what we do with any surplus items. Almost all of our items are donated or they're put into recycling. We rely on volunteers to help us break down and recycle the significant amount of cardboard and other items generated in our surplus. Can you do to help Second Stork? You can organize a volunteer group, or you can become one of our regular staff volunteers who take on a certain function in our operations and just make it happen. Or you can organize a collection drive. We are always in need of additional items for distribution to the families. You can also volunteer to deliver to an outstate Minnesota hospital. It might be where you work or you vacation occasionally, and you might be the perfect person to make that drop at that local hospital. Finally, you can also donate. Cash donations are critical to our operations and allow us to continue to purchase the more expensive items the families need. We can't say thank you enough for supporting Second Stork. But rather than us tell you, how about if we let some very special people tell you themselves? Here are a few of the social workers at the hospitals helped by Second Stork.
Thank you, Second Stork volunteers.
Thank you, Second Stork volunteers.
Thank you. Thank you, Second Stork volunteers.